would say I was hiding.
Are we live?
Yeah, it's two watching already.
Right.
So
Good morning, good evening, good whatever it is where you are. It's bang on 4 o'clock here. Still dark. Ramu's just come in and he's got the fire going already down the bottom there. I can see a torch dodging about. He must have a
yeah, the torch of his flash, the lighter.
oh right, yeah. Wind's not in yet. It'll be in at any time, and Rodgy. It's been bucketing down with rain here. Just stopped. Really heavy rain. Which will hamper things. But once you start, there's no stopping with the job this morning. I looked in the freezer last night. How much meat we got from left from last Sunday?
Not many, maybe around 3 kilos.
3 kilos of meat. So it was 71 kilos, that pig, I think.
61.
61. So we did very well with that pig last week. But it's a beautiful pig. It was beautiful meat. And this one's going to be the same. All them pigs are going to be the same. So we're hoping to do as well this Sunday. If we do well, we're doing well if we shift a pig a week. The competition round the corner, they killed a pig on Wednesday. So they maybe didn't do as well as they hoped last Sunday, so they killed one this week earlier.
The viewers in the comments.
The competition around the corner, a very nice family, very nice people. We wish them no harm at all. And generally speaking, if you have competition, it improves the market. So hopefully they got rid of all their meat and we'll get rid of all our meat. We've got Martin Roden in from Rotherham. Good morning, Martin. I was in Rotherham about 3 years ago, maybe 4 now. Mary Spurgeon, good morning. Yeah, so we're waiting for daylight and it'll be all systems go again. It's hard work getting up at 3:30, slaughtering a pig. It's a big rush getting it out the front. But you do what you've got to do because you can't grow pigs, you can't produce pigs unless you got a market for them, and that's our market. If we get behind with the meat sales and we get 2 or 3 pigs ready for market and with no market for them, then we would have to sell them to a pig buyer, and there's nowhere near the profit in doing that as what there is retailing it itself. So the whole pig operation depends on retailing the meat itself direct to the public to maximise the profits. So Sunday mornings like this are going to become the norm. And it's okay. Right, what you got to say, Jean?
Sleepy.
Sleepy, yeah, but say something, I'm stuck.
What?
Eh?
What
Motorbike.
is it?
No, it's not going. Yeah. The cockerels are crowing. Them's the cockerels in the what was the incinerator cage until we get another one made. We sold 2 cockerels. There was somebody coming for a cockerel this week, but they didn't turn up. So maybe we'll sell another one today. Yeah.
Spartan, oh, he's there.
Yeah, Martin, the walk-in fridge is a must to set up down there properly for butchering. That'll be a way off, I think. We'll get the roof on this house, and then maybe I'll concentrate on the slaughtering aspect. I'm still struggling to get a electric stunner. I had a comment, I don't know if it was on here or on the channel normally. Amazon deliver. A fellow was saying Amazon deliver to the Philippines from US, and Iloan's just down the road. So I've looked on Amazon, and there's no big stunners on Amazon. I have to get back onto 2 suppliers on
Lazada.
To see if they've got any in stock. And then the only other option for me, I've looked on eBay in Australia, thinking I could bring one back, but they weigh 20 kilos, so that's your luggage allowance spoken for. I could buy more luggage, of course. But the only option I think at the minute will be Alibaba, and I'd forgot about Alibaba Express, and I think they use everything DHL, and they handle customs and everything for you. But the pig stunner is the same price on AliExpress, but I don't know what the cost is for shipping. DHL is a lot dearer than what it would be buying one a stunner already in the Philippines. But if there's none here on Lazada within the Philippines, then that's going to be the only option. Yeah, so the fridge, when I get the roof on the house, that might be priority to get that tidied up down there and a walk-in fridge built. But like everything, it'll depend on money. But I really need to get that sorted out and the hoist fitted to lift the pig up, and rails so you can push the carcass directly into the fridge. Lots to do, but one job at a time, I suppose. Spartan Storm. Well, this time is for sleeping, but
He's
not for us.
He's not asleep yet.
Oh yeah, well, I think it was last Sunday. I think it was. This time it was 8 o'clock in Australia. They want it in the evening.
No. 7.
7 in the evening. And in Europe, where Spartan is Finland, isn't it?
I don't know.
Oh, somewhere in that area. I forget what time it was now.
Norway.
Norway.
I don't know. Just inventing.
Yeah, Spartan's saying the DHL prices in China are a lot cheaper. Yeah, we'll get onto that this week. If there's none in stock at Lazada, we'll contact the firm on AliExpress and get the costs.
Wait, you shut There.
No, geckos. Yeah, captive bolt pistols. I did look at them. I had one of them in Australia. They're quite a bit more expensive. But the problem with a captive bolt pistol, it will be classified as a gun. And the capsules, they're a 2.2 cartridge with no bullet on the end. I think they use the same ones in starter pistols and that. There might be issues. I would think you'd have to have a license from the police and the ammunition for them. There might be a lot of issues in owning one of them, I think. So an electric stunner will be by far the best option for me.
Ano nga ba? Mabli mo na dala. His bike ran out of petrol, so they're
All right, that's Win and Rod, Jane.
Yeah.
His bike, he ran out of petrol on his motorbike.
Isa man?
Morning.
Ano? Katong taas og buhok?
Yes, Martin. You can book extra luggage. I'm going with Scoot, which used to be. What did it use? It's Singapore Airlines now. It used to be Tiger Air. It's a low-cost airline, and I can book an extra 22 kilos of baggage. That's not a problem. I got very, very cheap tickets actually. Can't think the war. I'll check the prices and let you know when Jean comes back. She's talking to Win and getting organised down there. But with Scoot Air, everything extra you pay for. If you want a seat in the aisle, which you do, costs you a little bit more there and back. If you want something to eat on the aeroplane, which normally I don't, you pay extra for that. Normally, I've only an hour and a bit in Singapore, going and coming back. Well, normally going, when I get to Singapore, I would go to Subway and get a sandwich. Because I haven't had bread for getting on 12 months. The Filipino bread is sweet, and I don't like it at all. And that puts me on until I get to Australia. But this time I won't have time probably to go to Subway, so I shall book meals on the plane.
You altered the camera.
Alter the camera?
You did?
No, I haven't touched it. Right.
I'm hiding and now you showed me in there.
I'll sort that out. Yes, it's definitely hiding.
Now they were saying there's a man down there, neighbor.
Yeah.
What you call it? Near Mama's house.
Yeah.
Being with the police.
Oh, police have been.
Oh.
All right.
He's being in jail now.
Oh yeah. Oh, so that's
It's
a big scandal, eh?
It's an addict selling some drugs.
Oh,
and they've been saying that he's been around here maybe.
Yeah. Selling drugs. Iron Man, hi Dave and Jean. The house is coming on a treat. Yeah, it's been a bit slow this week, Martin. With the weather, and then
Brown
day
out.
before yesterday with no power all day, so we lost a full day. But yeah, it's coming on. It's starting to look You can see where they're going with the roof now. It looked a bit odd with the first apex up. It was very high, but you can see now, I think you can see that the smaller apex at the front is tying it all in. Um, I've used both, Spartan. Now, um, the electric stunners for pigs, I'm going back a lot of years when I was 15-year old. Um, they were good for smaller pigs, for pork. But if you got an old sow or a boar, then you used the captive bolt gun because they weren't strong enough to knock a 150, 200 kilo pig over. Of course, like everything else they're much improved now. And on the packet, they'll say they'll knock up to a 300 kilo pig over. Now, that's what it says on the packet. Whether in practice, I don't know. But the videos I've seen on YouTube, yeah, the Chinese use one, and not like a pair of shears where you put them behind their ears. There's two prongs and they stick them in the back of the pig, and they seem to fall right over instantly. But I haven't seen any of them on the market for sale. But I think on balance, I prefer the electric stunner because the bolt gun, you've got to be very careful what you're doing. The one I had was a cylinder, and the trigger was on the side, and it was a hair trigger. And I was killing a pig at Kerrang, and the gun went off before I intended it to go off, and it wasn't far from my knee. So yeah, I prefer the electric one, I think. But like I say, I haven't used one of them since I was 15-year old. So 60 years ago, I last used one of them. Martin Roden, not Iron Man Martin. Yeah, I'm sure they could, Martin. You know that they are very resourceful, but and they do make their own compressed air guns here for shooting birds and whatever have you. They put a bit of gas bottle in, and then they have a electronic trigger what ignites it and shoot a ball bearing out. Um, but much better to get a proper made machine than a Jerry built job, I think. Yeah, I was talking about flights. I got cheap flights to Manila, to Melbourne. But how much was it each way?
24?
20,000 each way.
No, that's Vuitton.
10,000 each way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 10,000 pesos each way, just a little over. So I've got a return flight for the price. I was looking on other sites for a one-way trip, basically. Mick Selby, morning Mick. It pays around $9.50 from Sydney to Cagayan via Manila. Where's Cagayan? Is it in?
It's part of Mindanao, I think.
No, Jane doesn't know. So that's 950 Australian dollars, what's £1,500 into Filipino money?
35,000.
35,000 pesos. Yeah, yeah. Well, was it what was the total bill for me? Return
24.
24,000 I paid. So it's cheap enough because airline tickets since COVID are a lot more expensive than they were.
Around 350 pounds.
Yeah, yeah. Return, Mick. Yeah.
I'm still sleepy. Adrian.
Morning, Adrian. Yeah, so we're all quiet down there at the minute. There's no lights on in the piggery,
It has.
has there?
Mm, maybe they will sort the light on this side.
Yeah. The fire's going, the water's on, I can see.
Mm.
Um,
We're gonna tie the pig in a while.
yeah, well, you'll hear the pig once they start. But maybe they're having a cup of coffee before they start. I don't know. Mind you, they're not like me.
No.
I'd have a cup of tea before I did anything. But um, at least it's not raining. Yeah, the pigs will all be sleeping. Everybody's sleeping at the minute.
You got it a lot cheaper. I'll check out Scoot. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
having Scoot.
Um, yeah, when I was looking for a ticket, and surprisingly, the tickets I got, they didn't have a long layover in Singapore. Um, Normally, the cheaper tickets will have 7 hours, 12 hours, or even 14 hours layover in Singapore. I've only got an hour and a bit, an hour and a half at the outside. Hardly enough time to buy any tobacco and get a sandwich. Um, but if I went when I went looking on different sites selling tickets, there weren't. There'd have been Scoot was competitive with the rest, but there was no exceptionally cheap flights. But when I looked on the Scoot site itself, I've got the Scoot app on my phone. All the time it was only putting up 2 flights, choice of 2 flights, and I looked 2 or 3 times, and they had a big a long layover in Singapore. Not very good times. Um, so I kept looking elsewhere, and then I went back to Scoot, and on their own site, they only had 2 because they were very cheap tickets. So obviously wanting to fill up the plane. And I happened on these 2 were shown with a short layover in Singapore, but it's a bit awkward. It's 6 o'clock out of Cebu City, so you have to be there 3 hours before, I think. So you have to get there 3 o'clock in the morning, which is a bit awkward. But I've got to get an exit permit at the airport, so I'll probably allow 4 hours. So I've got to get there at 2 o'clock in the morning. So it's just a case of I'll leave here at, I don't know, midnight or 11 o'clock or whatever, and spend overnight in the airport as opposed to spending overnight in Singapore. So it's the same difference, really. Hello, Derek. Yes, we're early birds this morning. Not much air in his wings, so still asleep. Yeah.
Yeah, we're up early because we're gonna butcher pig.
Yeah. Um, we did well, very well with that pig last week in sales. Um, on the Sunday, we sold quite a lot. We sold more meat.
More than half.
Yeah, we sold more meat last Sunday than we've ever done on the Sunday before.
Mm.
But it wasn't busy. Um, when we butchered a pig before on a Sunday and had it out the front, there's been a lot more people around, you know. Um, and not so much last Sunday, but the meat sales were there. I can only put it down to the meat being a really good quality meat. And that should be confirmed this Sunday because people who bought last Sunday did think it was a good quality meat will be back on it.
Up with the roasters.
Yeah, even the roosters aren't up yet.
No, they are in the room. They're
There's
shouting.
two outside at the front here. Um, they're cockadoodling with the light from the veranda here. But the ones there it goes on cue. But the ones down the bottom haven't made a sound yet. Yeah, Martin, the airfares. I mean, you could fly with all the airlines from Melbourne to London, Melbourne to Manchester, as I did, for a thousand Australian dollars, £500 return. But now you'd be lucky to fly one way, I think, on that. But it's a journey I haven't done for a fair while. Yeah, the plan is to farrow South Martin. Um, either two or four of these uh, female pigs we'll be keeping. Um, I'd like to keep two and go into farrowing slowly because I've never done it before. But they are really good pigs, so maybe we'll keep four of them. We've got the capacity for seven sows down the piggery, but I don't want to go full on straight away until we learn a bit more. And the only real way you learn is by doing it. Pugs, even not pugs. Yeah. Oh, it's Johnny. Morning, Johnny. Um,
You miss a con- oh,
sorry.
no. Here you go.
So I'm going to put a concrete wall up on the. Where's my hands? On the outside of the house, a concrete wall, and then I'm going to have a 6 inch, 8 inch, whatever it is, air gap, and then on the inside of the wall, we'll put cement board. Um, you can get plasterboard here, but transportation and that, I hate to imagine the condition it's in when you get it. So I think I'll use cement board, and the air gap in between. I'll be very. I want to build a cool house, so the air gap in between, I'll be up into the attic space, and then there'll be vents on the roof, whirlybirds on the roof to draw air through the house all the time. Because we've got a tin roof, we'll have a tin roof, and that will keep the attic space cooler, ambient temperature, and the air gap will stop the radiant heat through the concrete wall on the outside. I did rent a house here. I leased a house which was made of concrete. It was 2 story, and it was impossible to uh, sleep upstairs with the heat. It was unrelenting. There was air conditioning upstairs, which didn't even cool the room upstairs. Never mind anywhere else in the house. Um, because the heat was absorbed by the concrete. It was all concrete, and it never gave up that heat all night. It was 24/7, impossible. Um, Johnny and Beth,
Gentil.
yeah,
You know him?
yeah, Johnny. That's the fellow who comments under a pseudonym. He has a coffee with me every morning.
I see.
Yeah. Beth's his wife. Beth's a nice lass. They work well together. They have done for a good few years now. 1,500 pound return UK to Australia. So yeah, it's 3 times as much as what it was pre-COVID.
Dili.
Yeah, Cathay Pacific used to be a more expensive airline. But I see them copying up all the time now on more reasonable prices for flights. But I believe the Kiwi economy is in the doldrums with the, I forget her name. The last Prime Minister had it was very woke bloody government, and they're suffering from it now, I would imagine. Morning, Lester.
Udawas mo yan, nagkuha sa trapal.
Yeah, Derek. I don't know if you built in the Philippines or not, or where you built. I got some hollow blocks to build a field oven for David when he wanted to roast a pig here. And
Gilak yung balik.
I was looking at hollow blocks. That's the way I was going to go. But I'm sure you can get hollow blocks here, similar to hollow blocks in the West, because they build large buildings here with hollow blocks as well. But the local hollow blocks here, if you picked them up, they crumbled in your hands. So the hollow block idea was completely out of the question for me. $1,500 to Manila.
It's a flight from
Yeah.
UK.
Flight from the UK to Manila. Yeah. Yeah, it's expensive to what it was. Yeah, north of Manila.
Bulacan. Yeah, that's Manila.
Yeah.
So he was living in there as well.
Yeah. Good morning. God bless. Lester.
So you understand what he's saying?
Well, I know Buntag's morning,
Mm.
so I assume good morning. Yeah, yeah. I'm getting quite fluent with this iron now.
This mind buntag,
You
you know.
know. Edward down. Yeah, you need light colours, Edward. Um, the tin roof absorbs the heat. I mean, you can insulate that as well.
Flies.
Spray insulation. There's all things, all sorts of things you can do to minimise it. But the main thing is to have that air gap and an airflow with vents at the bottom of the house, taking the air up into the attic and out the top of the house. Um, I mean, as we are here, we haven't got any of that in the cabin, but with no air conditioning, fans are enough. Um, this morning it was quite cold. I was going to go and get a long sleeve t-shirt. Um, so you do adjust to the climate, but you can't. I don't think it's possible to adjust to the humidity here. You've just got to struggle on with that. If I've got a fair bit of stuff to do, then I do it early morning, and 11 o'clock I'm finished, and I don't start again till 3 o'clock. I was down the piggery last night because with the brown out again last night, feeding the pigs. It was 8:45, I think. I was down there, locking the chickens up and feeding the pigs. And nice and cool. Then I could have done a couple hours work, but I don't do a lot of work anyway. My working days are over really, and I'm retired. I don't want to do a lot of work anymore, but I want to be interested in things, and I like to potter about a little bit. But there's still no noise down the piggery.
They put the tarpaulin.
Oh, they're putting a tarpaulin up in case it rains.
I think it's speaking.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, they'll get organised. Yeah, when the house is done, the cabin behind us will become a storeroom, and the toilets in there for people to use. At the minute, they prefer to go down the piggery and use that toilet and shower down there most of the time. Um, but no, the toilet will be there for the shop. And where we're sitting now, there's two 10-foot bays. That will probably expand the shop. We might sell food, hot food, chicken and pork with rice or whatever, fried chicken. All these things are possible. Again, using his own chicken meat and his own pork. Here you can boil a pan of eggs up and sell the eggs one by one. So it's all interconnected. It's all the pigs and the chickens. Um, it's all interconnected, trying to sell through his own shop. We were looking at piglets this week again, and this woman had 19 piglets, but she wouldn't separate them. She wants to sell them all, which we can't do because if we got 19 piglets in one go, we'd have 19 pigs for sale in one go, and we can't process. That's too many to process through the shop. But it turned out a bit later on. She's got 19 piglets, but they're in 2 litters, 2 different sows. One's got one had one was no 15 piglets. 1 litter was 6, and 1 litter was 9, wasn't it? So we sent a message back to her. We'll take one of the litters, either 9 or 6. So that deal might resurrect itself. Yeah, we sold 2 roosters. We sold one last Sunday, and we sold one Tuesday, I think.
I think so.
And we've had 2 out there ever since.
Yeah, but the other one we sold last Tuesday, it's not for eating. They're gonna keep it
Oh
for
yeah,
yeah,
that's good.
they're gonna keep it for
Breed.
breeding. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we sold 2, which is better than nothing.
Mm. He said you have to move the roasted.
Yeah, yeah. They'll be putting it outside shortly, and it might be a lot quieter. It'll quieten down when it becomes daylight. I'm awake. Yeah, it'll keep you awake. That's for sure. Lester.
Naramdaram lang gana. Kili, dugasin na kay basta.
Yeah, they might be sold today, but if they are, if we do sell them, Derek, we replace them with 2 more.
Kato din akong gihatag. Dito sa taas eh. You give this one to the...
Yeah. Give them what they want.
Ang katong usa, ayaw na rin tilibutang dili la. Itong ba ako eh.
They're up for knives and whatever have
Kasi
you.
nga, basta bako ng taon. Ang burger na. Ikabit at tila na laba.
I hear there's cockerel throwing near ours. There's cockerels growing up over there. The screen's back to front. There's cockerels growing over that way. There's cockerels everywhere here. Oh, them little chickens we got this week, what we caught in the back. They're funny little things. They're in the hot box down there. They're very, very small, but very tall. There's nothing on them. I don't know how they went on with that chicken they give them to eat midweek.
I haven't asked them.
Yeah, there's absolutely no meat on it, just bones. And these native chickens are the same, I think.
No.
No.
If they're fat, then they would be okay.
Mm.
Yeah, like what they're saying, you feed them. Let's see about this one because they're feeding it dry, not wet. You can
Yeah.
compare it.
Mm. Yeah, they're cute little birds. They're very lively. I don't know if they'll keep them in when they let them loose with the wings clipped. As soon as the feathers grow a little bit, they'll be gone, I would think, again. Mind you, if you don't clip the wings, they'll probably fly up into the trees at night time and come back during the day. Yeah, regular supply of piglets. Yeah. It's difficult here to get a relationship going with a supplier. They're all backyard farmers. They're all small time. and you can buy piglets here and do a deal and say, yeah, we'll buy them. And then somebody comes along the following day or a couple of days before you're due to pick them up, offer the same money, and they'll take it. Um, it's all about money in your hand today. And you've agreed to buy on next Friday. Somebody turns up on Thursday with the money in their hand, they take it, and you've got no pigs on the Friday. It's a different concept here. Yeah, living the dream, Martin. Yeah, I've got a life back now again. I've got a purpose to life again. When I was at Fiddler's Ferry, I was quite down really with that bloody hernia I had. I forget his name now. Fellow who bought the boat off me.
Graham.
Graham, yeah. He had the same problems. Yeah. Fighting roosters. I wouldn't know anything about them. Gary, not Graham, Gary.
It's on your WhatsApp, it's Graham.
Is it? All right. Yeah, your turn. If you go. Hiding again. Yeah, 4:45. So when's it going to get daylight? It's getting a bit later now, isn't it? Because it's lighter at night time. Used to be 5 o'clock.
Around 5:45.
Oh, as late as that.
5:30 or something like that.
See, Jean's up every morning. Well, yeah, 5 o'clock. But I don't get up till 6 o'clock, 6:30 normally. The pig's squealing now, so they've started. We haven't weighed it this morning. I didn't ask them to weigh it. I would think it'd be 90 kilos. But we'll know when we weigh the meat after it's butchered. What weight was that female one last week?
Alive?
Yeah.
73.
73, and it killed out what was the meat?
61.
61. So you lost 12 kilos, which isn't bad. So this one, if you say we lose 14 kilos, it'll give us an idea of the live weight. This is a male pig. It's much more muscular, heavier. Muscles heavier than fat, and there was very little fat on that piglet last week. And I'm expecting this one to be the same. Well, the other males in that pen are coloured. There's 2 brown ones and a grey one. I think the brown ones might even be leaner. Them are beautiful pigs. The only fat they've got is down the neck. By the looks of it, there's nothing on the back you can feel. But we won't know until we slaughter them. Derek, when you're taking Jean to Australia, well, this time last year we were planning to do that. But it's very difficult for a Filipino woman to get um, a tourist visa in Australia. Um, I applied. We applied. I was thinking, oh well, the
First, we do it ourselves.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mm.
The traveler, you go to a travel agent, you get an electronic
Yeah.
visa.
The second was
It
travel
doesn't work
agent.
like that for the Philippines. So after that, we decided um, get an agent to do it, and she was refused the second time using this agent. Now, when we went and met this agent, I think it cost 10,000 pesos, whatever. I only understood half of what was going on because we were talking and we were saying. And unfortunately, this agent told a load of lies on the application. And when it went to Canberra, they seen straight through it, and that was refused. So Jim was very disappointed. But the problem, the reason the visas are so hard to get is Australian men are bringing wives and fiancés from the Filipinos into Australia on tourist visas, and then applying once they're within Australia for permanent residence, which is jumping the queue for the people outside Australia. Um, they're processed first. So they've clamped down on that and said um, just about no visas for any Australian tourist visas for any Australian women, unless you can show that they're definitely going to leave the country again. Um, so next year we'll have another go. We'll do it as self, um, and hopefully we'll get a visa for it and have a short trip to Australia. I'd like to see the Western way of life where I came from, and then she'll understand more about me. I'll eat black pudding. I like black pudding, but I won't eat the blood off a pig the way they eat it here. Just boil it up in a soup and eat it. Have you done your jogging, Jane?
No,
No.
because they might be thinking that I'm the pig running in there.
Mm,
Now it's very slippery. It's raining.
yeah, it's a good excuse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's do the Philippines MJ.
Yeah.
Morning MJ, if that's your initials. Um, oh yeah, Spartan. Yeah, they eat a lot of ginger. Um, I've no idea what vegetable. Potatoes are all steer, but not bad at the minute. Are they 140 a
Uh,
kilo?
yeah, they're selling it 140, but they sell it to me 130.
Yeah. Um,
They
but
give me the cheaper price in there.
but they can go to 180 a kilo if they
Yeah, last
potatoes.
month I think it's 180, no, 200.
But when Jean goes for potatoes like she did yesterday, it's 5 or 10 kilos at a time, and they'll open up a new bag and pick all the best potatoes out for her. Yeah, vegetable prices vegetables aren't cheap here. Um, but they eat them differently. They buy a potato, a small potato, and they cut it up into small pieces and put it in a soup or a stew. They don't eat potatoes as such as you would in the West. They maybe get one little round bit like that in the soup,
Partner
one
for
apiece.
rice.
Yeah, everything's a partner for rice here. And if they haven't got a partner for rice, then the rice becomes a partner for the other rice. But I do aim to grow vegetables here, hydroponically. Uh, Something I've never done. I've read a fair bit about it over a fair number of years, and it's of interest. I'm only want to do things of interest to me. So that'll be happening. No, maybe end of this year we'll be getting geared up for it, and then that'll be um, the plan's complete. Maybe not all the work will be done, but I won't be doing anything else. I'll have pigs, chickens, and hydroponic vegetables. Again, selling through the shop.
It's raining again.
Yeah, it's quite heavy rain. I can hear it on the roof. Uh, yeah, Lester, it does work. It's given us no trouble at all. The Wi-Fi is on and off all the time. That's nothing to do with the box. Um, it was really well used initially, mostly by the pig farm at the back,
No, chicken farm.
chicken farm at the back. Sorry, um, there's quite a lot of people work there. But then the fellow who was running the chicken farm put his own Wi-Fi in, free Wi-Fi for his workers. Uh, but it's still used. What do you get out of it just last week?
Almost 1,000, I think. It's
A
still
thousand
there.
pesos out of that box, and that was what, a month.
Mm, yeah.
Uh, and the Wi-Fi bill is
15.
1,500 pesos. So we're getting free Wi-Fi out of it basically. We were making a profit when the chicken farm didn't have their own Wi-Fi. But of course, we're still making a profit because the people sit outside using the Wi-Fi. They have a drink of Coke or a biscuit or two or whatever. So yeah, it's well worth doing for us. I wouldn't say we make a profit as such just purely on Wi-Fi.
It's just nice to have it because it give us some coins.
Yeah,
Sometimes we're struggling with coins.
yeah. Well, it keeps it in one peso pieces, you know. Yeah, John. Yeah, it's always a visit. I did refer them to the Wi-Fi channel, but they don't have time to look at Wi-Fi channels,
YouTube.
YouTube channels. What you need to do is photographs, and they'll take up to 20 photographs, I think, showing Jean in the shop, the piggery, the chicken shed, um, and they need to know that she's going to come back. And I'll write a covering letter again. Um, I mean, we'll definitely come back because I can't afford to live in Australia. It's not an option for me. If I took Jean to Australia, we'd be totally reliant on public housing and the welfare state, and that's nowhere to where to bloody live. Um, I couldn't start again in Australia. I mean, a packet of cigarettes. Well, I don't know about cigarettes, how much a packet they are, but 50 gram of tobacco is well over $100 a packet now. You can get the tobacco leaf chopped up. You can get cigarettes, Chinese cigarettes. Um, they're plentiful, but the normal tobacco, the chop tobacco, isn't very good. And the normal tobacco It's well over $100 a packet. And yeah, you stop smoking. It's not really a bloody option for me now. Although it might have to be an option because I'm coughing like buggery with these cigarettes.
Rice is life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
rice is life in here. Your meal won't be complete if no rice.
yeah,
3 times a day. Sometimes 5 times a day.
yeah. Check you in to Tyke. Yeah, everybody should go to Yorkshire. Educate themselves. Hey, buy gum. Ellie Thump, I thought it was Aki Thump. That's the goodies. Uh, I think he was Lancashire, wasn't he? So I'm not sure about Aki Thump. They did have a freedom for Yorkshire, independence for Yorkshire society.
David, we
set
gonna
up.
borrow this one.
Oh yeah, you can set up, and part of the manifesto was free Yorkshire puddings for pensioners weekly. That was good. Yeah, Derek, apply at immigration in Manila. Yeah, that's how it worked last time. We applied online initially. Um, that went from Manila. Then it went to Canberra uh, and was rejected. And then the second time we used this agent, um, he would have done the same process, sent it to Manila, who then sent it to Canberra. Um, I think they included passports.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
of it.
yeah. So they'll keep the passports in Manila immigration and then return them if you refused, or stamp them if you granted and return them. I think if we put a bit of thought into applying this next year, I think I think we'll be able to get one for it. But they are difficult to get. If they're going as overseas, Filipinos are going as overseas workers and sponsored by companies, then the companies do it and it's much easier. They can see why they're going there. They're going to work. And of course, I'm saying a lot of women going to Australia on tourist visas are working illegally in the sex industry over there. So that's another big no-no for Australian government. No, there was an Australian diplomatic mission in Cebu, Derek, prior to COVID, but there's not anymore. Um,
Hmm?
I think there's still a British
Kutsara?
office in Cebu, but not an Australian one.
Pila ka buo? Look, kinsa na yung kutsilyo mo? Siguro yung gamit nila itong agi.
Adrian, packet of cigarettes is £12 in the UK. Yeah, but the cigarettes believe it or not, the cigarettes are a lot cheaper in the UK per packet than what they are Australia. Um, I never bought packets of cigarettes in the UK. I always bought 50 gram of packets of tobacco, and I think they were £20 when it was last there, and that's 3 years ago now, I think. Yeah. But Australia have even banned vaping now. You can still get vapes, you know, David vapes a lot. Um, but they're costing a lot more now because they're under the counter now. And it's nothing to do with getting people to quit smoking or whatever. If you're using the vaping and not smoking the tobacco, then that's a good thing, obviously. But it's all about big pharma, um, patches, and tablets and nasal sprays. That's the only thing what's going to be legal eventually in Australia. I know when them patches first came out, I got them. I was in the UK. I emigrated to Australia then, and they did work. And I stopped smoking for a few years thanks to them patches. Um, but the vapes work as well. Why ban them? No idea. Same as Thailand, they're banned in Thailand. But they're banned there to protect the tobacco industry, which makes a lot of money for the government. But you can buy vapes here in the Philippines. This is a much more liberal country, you know. The, the authority is much more in the background here, which is a good thing, you know. And it's a different system. The barangays here have quite a lot of power. They have legal powers that can subpoena people in front of the barangay captain. It's quite a good system. The limited knowledge I have of it. £38 a packet now for 50 gram of tobacco. Um, it's well over £50 a packet in Australia. So it's the UK is creeping up. Yeah, the trouble is the cheaper tobacco in the UK. Some of it's all right. um, let's say the grey market. Some of it's all right and some of it's not so good. But £38 a packet, if it was there now, it'd all be good. Yeah. Yeah, Spartan. And I think the Scandinavian countries are very much down on tobacco, so it won't be cheap in Norway either. Martin Roden, grow your own tobacco plants. They're pretty easy. I'll just show you, Martin.
Where are you? Uy, you've gone.
I've been absent.
Hmm?
I've been absent. There's not a lot of point in growing tobacco leaf here. This is from Mindanao. Um, it's really good tobacco.
Yeah. This one we pay 1,300
1,300 for how many pieces?
100 pieces.
100 pack of tobacco leaves for 1,300 pesos, 15 quid, 30 Australian dollars. And what do we sell this for?
I'm selling for 35.
We sell it for 25 pesos.
35.
35 pesos a week. And I don't get a discount on it either.
Yeah, because if I give you a discount, you will smoke more and more. I should charge you more then.
But it's rolled up in the lumbar. I've tried shredding it. I've got papers here and filters, and it doesn't work. And I'm okay with lumboys. I quite like the lumboys actually. When I can get the lighter coloured lumboys, but when they're dark coloured, I've run out of them. When they're darker coloured, it's hard work smoking them darker coloured leaves. You can't. It's all leaf and no tobacco taste, if you like. But these do make me cough. These are fake tobacco. Um, you can get branded ones here. I don't smoke them because they're cheaper. They're 100 pesos a packet. The other ones are 140, 160 pesos a packet, which is still very cheap. But I like them. You know, that's why I smoke them.
Did you pay that one?
Yes, I paid that one yesterday. Um, how much did you sell them packet for?
100 peso.
Oh, I'm paying top money.
Huh?
I thought they'd gone up.
That one?
Yeah, I'm still paying 100 pesos.
Yeah, I did not put it on price.
We sell them. We sell full packets. It's just buy
100 peso, and then we buy it for 65 peso.
Yeah.
600. 60 peso.
Cigarettes are mostly sold individually. Yeah. Yeah. I don't escape having to pay. Well, no, it's not that. I make a point that I set the example. I pay. Everything in that shop has to be paid for.
I'll count how many cigarettes you finish in there.
Um,
1, 2, 3.
what we need in that shop, and we'll have to get it eventually, is a point of sale computer. So we know exactly what we're doing with every item of stock in there, how much we've got left in stock. It'll give you a list every time you go downtown what you need to buy. It'll account for everything. And it's the only way nowadays to manage. It, it's, it's not really about turnover. The number of items you're carrying, you can't keep track of them. There's hundreds of different items in there. I mean, if you take one item alone, sardines, there's 5, 6, 7, or 8 different types of sardines in there. So you're running low on sardines. Oh, bloody hell, what sort do we need? Yeah. Yeah, Martin has to pay. Martin Roten has to pay full price. Yeah, not just me. Yeah, she does right, Martin. You know, um, the biggest mistake for a lot of every Filipino woman dreams of having a sari store. I think that's the impression I get. And a lot of them go bust. I was talking to an American fella in Danao a while ago, and he'd set his girlfriend or wife up with a sorry store 3 times, and 3 times she went bust. And he was saying no, never again. Um, if one of the family wants something and they give it them, well, it doesn't stop. Then they want more and more, and all of a sudden there's no stock left and no money to replace it. But Jean's so aware of that.
Yeah, and I don't have the big family.
You don't have a big family.
Yeah,
You've,
immediate family,
oh,
not
yeah,
cousins.
yeah.
Not,
You've
yeah,
you've
I
more.
have plenty of cousins, but immediate family it's just
Yeah,
little.
and
Men.
you're not 20. You're not 20 years old, and you did run your own little business for a good few years. Different things, cooking them fish cake things,
Yeah,
and
tempura,
selling coke
selling
and
donuts.
donuts.
Mm.
Um, so you're not wet behind your ears. Derek's going back to bed. Good, good on you, Derek. I wish I could go back to bed. Yeah, it's going to be a long day again. No, but if I went back to bed, I can't get back to sleep. Once I'm up, I'm up. Yeah. But we're all quiet down the bottom end.
Yeah, they're
So
cleaning.
they're cleaning the pig now. I can't see anything.
Yeah, they did not put the light on.
If I stand up, I can see the fire burning. Oh, I got him this week. They wanted a gas torch to clean the air off the trotters mostly, I think. Um, so I don't know if that will make anything easier for him. I have seen on Shopee you can get a little circular disc to go on a drill for taking the air off pigs. I don't know if they work or not. I've never seen one, never used one. When I was in the slaughterhouse as a young lad, the pigs went into a tub of hot water, and it's that hot you could barely put your hand in it. Well, you couldn't put your hand in it, and you had a hook and a flat blade on the other side of the hook. You fished the trotter out to get hold of and scrape the air off that way. Which are exactly the same as they do here, maybe a bit different. But nowadays it's not done like that. The pigs are killed, um, sometimes gassed, I think, like chickens. They're bled out, and then they go into, as explained to me, a, like a chicken plucker on its side, if you will, with abrasive stuff on it, and the pigs go round and round and round until the air is all taken off them. And the pigs don't bruise because the blood's bled out of them. So it's all automated now. Martin Roden. Yeah, it makes sense, Martin, to do it this way. And I can see why you're interested in this channel. You can see any successes we make here, and just as importantly, you can see any mistakes we make. And there's a certain satisfaction for us if people gain a bit of insight with this channel into what they're planning, their lives in the Philippines. There's quite a lot of foreign men here, um, probably a lot more than what you imagine. I don't see many in Compostela. I see quite a few in Danao. I rarely get into conversation with them. Everybody's doing their own thing. You know, you have a nod and or a good morning, but that's about it really. I know on the mountain here there's two or three women with foreign boyfriends. Um, sometimes they meet and sometimes they don't. But there's one or two building houses and whatever have you. But I think there's a fellow to me over over that way, living here. But I've never seen him, never met him, but I've heard about him. But he's just a foreign man. He could be Chinese, he could be Australian, English, he could be from anywhere in the world. South America. Might speak English, might not. Yeah, I know. So you know, Aussie farming in the Philippines. Uh, I've watched this channel for years. Like Martin is with this channel, he gave me a lot of. He gave me an insight into the Philippines. Um, he's doing things different to me, but he's doing exactly the same as me, or I'm doing exactly the same as him. He's got a Filipino partner and making a life for himself. And he's doing a bit of farming, hobby farm, which is this is. Um, but I've been self-employed all my life, different background to William. William's more of a hobby farm. Well, no, we both have hobby farms, but his idea of a hobby farm and my idea are a little bit different. Because I've been self-employed all my life, making a profit is a bigger part of my hobby farm than what it is for him. Um, but chickens, I'll not make much profit on chickens, I don't think. Maybe I will if I work at it, but maybe I'm not prepared to work at it. But I wanted chickens, so I'm having chickens. It's part of the hobby farm. I'm wanting to have a go at hydroponic vegetables. So that's a hobby for me as well. But hopefully, make money. It's got to make money because I don't want to do the work day in, day out on vegetables. So if it doesn't make money, I can't put a man doing the work for me. So it's got to make money so I get the enjoyment, but not the work. If that makes sense. I mean, William's a lot younger than me. Um, he's got more drive and more energy than me. Yeah, well, that's good, Martin. Uh, Pigs I know a little bit more about because I was growing pigs out in Australia. Um, but there again, you've got to learn because growing pigs here is different than growing pigs in Australia. Um, we did make a lot of mistakes down that piggery, mostly because we were concentrating on construction. And Jean and Wayne, her brother, wanted pigs in, and I said, "Yeah, we'll get pigs in." And we had pigs in that shed, and it was still a building site. And I suppose inevitably, after 6 months, the problems started to rear. There was disease on the mountain, and it came into our shed, and with all sorts of problems with it. So we shut it down, and now we started again. There's disease on the mountain again at the back, as Jean refers to the old place. Um, yeah, we took a lot of biosecurity measures to keep it out of this shed, but I think the biggest thing you can do to keep disease out is to have very healthy pigs, very well looked after, um, with good immune systems. And that's what we're endeavouring to do now. And I think it is working. And I think it is mainly down to fermenting the feed. That's my opinion. These pigs we're butchering now at 80 plus kilos. This last week, one pen of them pigs were dancing around like piglets at 85 kilos in weight. But they are still young pigs. How old are them pigs, Jean? Can you work it out?
Mm, 2 months last 5. What date is it today? 70, 60, 72. Wait for a while. I'm thinking
Yeah,
of
you
it.
work it out. Yeah, it was amazing to watch them prancing around that pen with all that weight. And the other pigs we had,
115 days?
115 days
Yeah.
old
Since birth.
since birth. Uh, the other pigs at that weight struggled to stand up. These get up and down, no problem at all. Edward John. Yeah, there's a lot of this on um, YouTube channels, American channels in particular. How much you can live in the Philippines, and I don't know, they reckon $2,000 a month minimum. Well, it depends on your lifestyle. You can't say $2,000 or $3,000 or $1,000. There's people live here on much less than, well, one British fella is I think 18. He lives on $800 a week. Sorry, $800 a month. It depends on your lifestyle to a large extent, where you live in, because you're more in the city and more it is in the provinces. Um, you know, a younger fellow than me wanting to go to the pub 3 nights a week, wanting to eat in restaurants, and all this comes into play. But I'm trying to think. My English pension, uh,
800.
£800 a month. I've got an Australian pension that varies. Um, so yeah, when I go back to Australia, the Australian pension will be reset. I'll be on full pension again. So yeah, I've £1,500 a month coming in, which is more than enough to live on for me. You have no rent. Rates barely exist here.
Not not paying electricity.
Few hundred pesos a year. Uh, Electricity. Well, the shop pays electricity now, and the pigs pay electricity now. But it's cheap electricity here. It's cheap housing, cheap rent here. But obviously, I'm not paying rent. I'm self-sufficient, more or less. So I don't need any pension really. The pension I get is building the house. Um, I'm self-sufficient, or could be self-sufficient with the shop, and the income from that will grow as the income from the pigs increases and the chickens increases. It'll all go into the house, and when that's built, um, it will secure Jean's future. Obviously, there's a big age gap, so when I'm not here, she'll be okay. Mary Spurgeon. Yeah, I did, Mary. I've still got pork left from when we roasted them two pigs. It's coming to an end now, and that's mostly the pork I'm eating, and that's really, really good. Both the pigs, David's and the other one, roasted in traditional way. David's pig was the nicest, without a doubt, and that's finished now. Um, the other pigs, they put lemongrass and different things in which you can taste. So I did much prefer David's, just pork flavour. But I tried the butchered pig last week. Um, yeah, it was okay. It was very good, but not as good as David's pig.
Yeah, and we had the feedback about it.
Oh
That
yeah, give us the feedback.
it was nice. The meat was nice, and when they cook it, it doesn't take long time to cook.
Yeah, which means it's more tender.
Mm,
And there's a couple of people told you that, I think, didn't they?
yeah.
Yeah. So the feedback has been positive, but not a lot of feedback. Um, Most of the feedback will come this weekend in sales. That's the feedback. What tells you if your sales are good, then they're happy. Um, the last pigs we killed here, when there was disease in the shed, we did get a couple of complaints about that meat,
Uh,
um, and it wasn't good quality at all. That meat.
huh?
But yeah, we don't expect any problems at all with the meat we're doing now. That pig last week was a beautiful pig, and I expect the same today. Yes, Edward, we've got an oven, we've got a gas oven here. Um, we have roasted meat, but not recently. We've got an air fryer, and that's much easier for Jean to use. She's never seen an oven before.
David, keep them.
Yeah, yeah. Jean's just come from the shop. She's giving them the gas bottle and
The gas bottle, the
and
torch,
the blow,
and
the, the
cigarette.
torch, and she's also giving them a packet of cigarettes.
David, they don't know how to put it.
All right, hang on.
Wala ginatimbang. Careful in there, David. That's the gas bottle is in there. Habibi ng kuan dira.
Yes. Yeah. Right. You got a nib on that side. Close. No. Yeah. So the thing is,
Dili, dili. Musigar.
just a little bit.
David, the gas bottle is in there,
Just a
David.
little bit. Is that it?
Sorry, Tete. Di lagi, musiga na lagi na. Nara.
There you go. Okay na? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's just been for the blowtorch. He wanted me to connect it to the bottle. He didn't know how to do it. I tried it down the hardware shop, and it's a cheap one. You just have to turn it on just a tiny bit. There was gas everywhere when I turned it on down the hardware shop, but it's working, so he's got it. Yeah, so yeah, she got her oven, but she normally uses the air fryer, and it roasts quite well in the air fryer. No, Martin, you know you can't reply too much. YouTube, there's some good YouTube videos on pigs, but you can get the more you watch, the more you read. I like to read things. I go on Google and search different topics and read about, it sticks in my mind if I read about it more. But you can get too far into it. It can get very complicated. The more you read about it, the more daunting it seems sometimes. But just virtually everybody in the Philippines at some stage, or the family has at some stage, had a pig in the backyard. So there's a depth of knowledge there you can tap into. And your mother-in-law's had got a sow. She'll know quite a lot about pigs. So yeah, there's no problem in going into pigs if that's what you want to do. That's the other thing with Filipino women as well. Two things they desire in life: sari-sari shop, or three things possibly. A sari-sari shop, a piggery, and to travel abroad. There's a lot more things to do we require as well, or want, just like a woman anyway. Spartan Storm. Yeah, black soldier flies. All these things are a part to play if you're interested in and you want to do them. How shall I put it? But for me, all that is fine. All that is fine tuning. All worm farms, or whatever.
We open the shop.
Yeah, Jean's going to open the shop. All that's fine tuning, which will come at the end of the construction. It's too soon now for me to be thinking about these things. I've had comments about smoking meat, preserving meat in different ways. Pickled eggs if you've got too many eggs. I love pickled eggs. All this will come after the main workload has been accomplished. There'll still be a workload. Filipinos aren't very good at this, maintaining things and mending things to keep what you've built up to standard. So there'll still be work that way, but we'll have time then to look at different things. You know, I certainly will be making bacon and ham. that's probably one of the first things I'll do when the when I've got the walk-in fridge done. It's just too easy to get some bacon going or gammon. Ooh, I'd love to have a bit of gammon at the minute. Um, so all that will come later for me. Um, you could set up. I don't know anything about black soldier fly larvae, apart from the very prolific, producing grubs and that. And the grubs crawl up and then drop out into a container, and you can harvest them. You can buy the full setup if you want, or make it. So I can imagine in each run having a little colony of soldier flies, if it's possible to do that, and automatically feeding the chickens with high protein. Um, another thing what's crossed my mind, I don't know how you would do it or whether you can do it. The geckos round here are everywhere. So if you strung some folded plastic sheeting up in a chicken run, and every morning give it a shake, I'm sure you get geckos everywhere. Um, and the chickens would soon catch them damn things. Um, maybe it's possible to do something with them. I don't know. I'm sure if I search it on YouTube, somebody's done it somewhere. But all that sort of stuff's for later, in my mind. But it's endless of things you can do, and that's what makes it all the more interesting because you never actually cross the finish line. Um, the, the journey never ends, and it's a journey which is where you get all the pleasure, not the end goal. Um, it wasn't always like that in my life because I needed money all the time to raise a family, etc., etc. So the goal was always to earn money, um, and you didn't get time to enjoy the journey. Now I've got time to enjoy what I'm doing because making money is not the main goal. Providing you make enough money to sustain what you're doing. It's changed a little bit now because um, the profit from the shop and the pigs will be needed to complete the house. Um, so I'm a little bit money orientated, but not much. It's still about the main goal for me is to sit on the veranda at the front of that house, um, watching what's going on. With the chickens, the pigs, I'll be able to see
First customer.
from there, sat with a cup of tea. I'll be able to see what's happening on the site, and yeah, that's my main goal. Jane's got up for her first customer. He's not reached the counter yet. She's her niece sleeping on the floor in the shop, and a young girl of a cousin, young daughter of a cousin. So she's having to tread over them two to serve the customer. Mm.
Good morning, guys.
But that's normal here. They'll sleep anywhere. Sleeping on the concrete floor. Um, we've got a blanket down, a very thin eider down on the floor. My old bones wouldn't sleep on there, no. Morning. The little one's awake. Bloody cockerel's awake. I'm half awake. The pig's sleeping down there. Down there. Should nod that way. That's it. I don't know how they're going on with the blowtorch. I can see a torch light. But they haven't blown themselves up. That's the main thing. Well, yeah, we've been going an hour and a quarter, so another 5 minutes will,
An hour and a quarter.
yeah, another 5 minutes will wind it up, and I'll have a walk down there and see what we're doing.
You've been doing it and now an hour and 45 minutes.
Oh,
Quarter to make it 2 hours.
well, that's a long time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who would have thought I could speak for 2 hours?
Hmm.
Mm. Yeah, I look at the screen, but I've never actually looked at the screen, if you know what I mean. Where does it tell you?
There, oh, that.
Oh, 15 thumbs up,
Yeah, 19 watching.
19 people watching.
1 hour and 46
Yeah, I
minutes.
see the time. Yeah, the thumbs up are good. I don't think it makes any difference whether you give a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
It will.
It's
If they give you a thumbs down, then it shows negative into your channel.
yeah, but it's a reaction to the channel. So I think the YouTube thingamajig algorithm just goes on the reaction to the channel. Yeah. So your turn.
No.
Okay then, we'll leave it there.
Di ba?
And sorry.
Ano ba? Di ba pa?
Oh, I want to plug.
Ano?
Oh, water. So we'll leave it there, and we'll do it again maybe next week. I'll let you know on the videos. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you all again.